Hi guys, I'm just making another video of talking about other Halloween stuff I used to have that I don't have very many videos of, or almost no videos of at all, that you might have forgotten about. Maybe I just kind of want to remind you about them. Well, that portrait you just saw, I used to have one like that, but it wasn't a skeleton or the witch, or it was actually Mona Lisa, or the Mona Lisa, that famous painting. I used to have that one. I think I have like a video of it somewhere, but it's where it's broken and stuff, so it's not really a good video of it, and I have no idea where that video is, but I can't find other videos of it either. But I used to have that. Um, Another thing I used to have, this one's not a Halloween decoration, but, well, first, before I get to that, I don't know if y'all remember that witch I used to have. It's a witch that spins her eyes, and she has different shapes and designs in her eyes as she talks. I don't have very many videos of her. These are really old videos recorded off of a TV screen, so yeah. These bump and go rats, I have 4 of them now. I had 6 or 8. I had a lot of those. And those remote controlled spiders, and those crawling hands. Frankenstein and skeleton. I have one video of that working, and the batteries are even low. That one's thumb broke. That one got a broken rubber belt, and there was no way to fix it because it was designed not to be fixed. That one cracked because all the plastic was breaking off on the inside and stuff, so the thumb wasn't holding up. So it started like crawling in circles, and then it just broke the thumb. This is the thing that I used to have. It's so rare. This is actually my only video of this. What happened to it was, well, it's working in this video kind of, but it's still fried because it keeps on dancing even when it's laying on the grill, and it's not supposed to. It's supposed to just start up talking, and then it starts shaking, and then it jumps up, and then it starts dancing. It's a really cool, rare thing. I've been trying so hard to find videos or items like that on eBay, and I cannot find anything. Which is weird. I thought they were actually kind of common because they were at KV Toys a long time ago. And, I'm pretty sure it's Jimmy because it's, like the singing fish. See, it's not supposed to be dancing while it's laying down. What happened to it is, the rubber started ripping off, like, really bad, so it was duct taped and all that stuff. And then it had a wire that ripped off to make it stop dancing, so it was almost useless. And you can't really fix those rubber things. They're just, it was bad. You already remember the bleeding heads I talked about. I just made a video talking about those yesterday. The Halloween bleeding things I used to have. There's one of them. My tombstones. I guess I found out what's so interesting about my YouTube channel is that I have so many like rare old items that is no other videos of on YouTube, and that's what makes my YouTube video kind of that's what makes my YouTube channel kind of popular, I guess, because some of these things I try searching and I can't find them just like that. Like, they're hidden. Like those bleeding tombstones I was looking from yesterday. I couldn't find any of them except for my video, but I looked today and I found them, but there's not very many at all. So, but the problem is, a lot of those old things back then I don't even have anymore. So this is why I'm making a video re-talking about them, just to kind of bring them back alive a little bit, so that they're not totally forgotten, because that's never fun. More rare Halloween stuff I used to have was these Halloween Furballs. One was a spider, a bat, an eyeball, and a rat. They were sold at Kmart in 2006, I believe. 2006. Furballs, I don't think their name was actually Furballs, but basically they looked and acted exactly like a furball. You probably don't even know what those are, but they were like balls, just like that, obviously. You hit them and they start bouncing around and all that stuff. But Yeah, these were at Kmart, and these are exactly the same as those, and of that cat. I still have it, but it's really broken. I only have 2 of them that work now. Those things broke a lot. Like, their motors would die fast. I used to have the spider one hanging up, right when I started my YouTube channel, I had my spider hanging up kind of close to where the deer head was hanging, and the motor and gears were just so weak that it couldn't even balance or go anywhere, so I just had it hanging up, so when I hit it, it would start wiggling, but I never had videos of that. And of course, that I refound at a thrift shop. I'm glad I really refound that one. I had no videos of that. I had like one video with just the smallest scene of that. And now it's a good thing I have it now, because there is no other videos of that on YouTube at all. I've searched a lot for that as well. Again, a lot of my way older videos are in my playlists. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Like the ones I first made when I started YouTube, like these ones and stuff. I still have more older ones that were recorded off the TV screen, like before I had YouTube, when I had more of, like, when I recorded a lot of the Floating Ghost all together and all my other stuff that was added with it. But the problem is they're lost somewhere in my YouTube channel, because I never really named my videos, which, yeah, that's not good. Oh yeah, the Reaching Reaper, I don't have him anymore. He broke because he fell from the wall or the ceiling or whatever, and he was never really supposed to hang. He was actually supposed to be in the ground, but I put a hook in his head so he could hang, because obviously he was inside. If he had that stick, I wasn't able to use him inside very well. Yeah, that talking vulture I used to have. That spinning pumpkin right there. I also had the spinning witch. Those are pretty rare. I don't see those at all anymore. The wiggling teeth candy bowls, those are rare. Basically everything I have is rare. You might as well just say everything is rare.
I have these up on...
I don't have him anymore. I still have the witch one though. And then that witch with the arms that come out, and she has a cape behind her back that has words. How I got that is, in my elementary school, a teacher actually had one out in the hallway. She'd put it out all the time. The arms didn't seem to move out on that one. And at first I didn't think it did anything, but when I saw it move, I liked it, and I really wanted to have it. And then I asked a couple teachers where they got it, and yeah, they said that store. And luckily, that was the last one left. Don't have her anymore. What happened to her is she quit moving side to side because the inside of her cracked. So she got pretty bad too. And there was a pumpkin, ghost, and a skeleton version as well. But I don't know which one's the most common, but yeah, whatever. But that's how I found her. Whoops. And then, of course, I had. I don't have him anymore. He got thrown out. He quit moving side to side, too, because all the parts inside of him were getting bad and cracked and stuff. So he really didn't move anymore. And I'm going to re-edit this now, because I've had it spelt wrong for years. There you go. It's not even a dancing skeleton. I just called it a dancing skeleton because it always looked like he danced.
We call him a dancing one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it looks like he's dancing like
Oh my god. He was at Kmart in 2005. And he was the last one as well. And he didn't work at first. But I really...
have a witch
but I really liked it when I did turn him on. He was cool. That one actually never stopped though. It kept going and going because it shaked so much that it kept on activating itself over and over again. There was also a mini version of that would actually had orange eyes, and then there was one with a spinning eyes that had shapes in its eyes like the witch. I actually used to have another version of that. I have no videos of this. This was way before I had a video camera in general. You see how this was my Halloween room back then? Well, actually, a long time ago, in 2005, 2004, this was my Halloween room. I had my very first floating one there, the female one there, and the floating Grim Reaper there. The other version of him I had was at Kmart in 2004, and he didn't dance like that though. He had actual eyeballs, and they would pop in and out very slowly. It wasn't very impressive to me. I think it ran dead fast too. I thought that the eyes had quit working, like popping in and out, but I used heavy duty batteries on it, and those are generic batteries, so most likely it was the batteries, but it still wasn't cool enough for me, so I took him back and got the worms crawling skeleton, and then he was hanging there. And then I got the spider wind chimes from, were they Kmart or Menards? I don't know, maybe Kmart, and I hung it somewhere in here, I think, maybe not. And then I got the witch with the cape with her arms that come out. And this room was already full enough that I already had to move to that room. And this is my room again. Only this is actually my bedroom this time with some robots. I also appear to be almost the only one that actually has that 5 feet cardboard dancing vampire, because I cannot find other videos of that. I know there's 2 versions of the Worms Crawl In and Worms Crawl Out skeleton, because there was one at, this one was from Kmart. That's the one that I returned the other one for. And then the 2 years later, they came over with the really short version at Big Lots. So I'm not sure if there's 2 versions of the vampire, a long on and a short on, but I think this might be a short on, because I noticed that his eyes blink slowly on the long version and the fast version blinks fast, and this vampire's eyes blink fast, so I'm not sure. But he's pretty rare. I don't even know his name. I know his name is Big Head Jangles. I have no idea what his name is. Yeah. I also used to have Halloween wind socks or whatever. One was a bat and one was a pumpkin. And they would just shake and make that annoying booing sound that all the old Jimmy items did. I don't have them anymore, but that was a long time ago as well. That was before I even got the floating Halloween stuff. This is my Halloween playlist too. In this playlist, you see lots of these videos unnamed. These are actually videos that were recorded in stores in 2007 and 8. So if you want to see old in-store videos, there's no life sizes really in them, besides Heads Up Harry and the Kmart ones. But it's all the other old Jimmy stuff that used to be out, and we all know how fun that stuff was back then. Here's the shorter version. I know it's hard to hear probably. My computer's quiet, I don't know why. Best rummage sale Halloween finds ever. Yeah, this was the day I found the most Halloween stuff at rummage sales. I found a bunch of shaking things and crawling hand. It was probably the coolest time. The only other time I found Halloween stuff at rummage sales was a floating Grim Reaper a couple years ago, but that's it. This disc was scratched up, so it doesn't play very well. And also, this is my only video on YouTube of this shaking ghost, pretty much. I think, yeah. This is not the one I still have now. This is a different one. This one broke right after I got it. It was actually broken when I got it. Like, it was cracked, and I had to put some more screws in it. What happened to him is that the speaker blew out. I put a different speaker in it. It worked all day then. It was really cool. The next day I come home from school, the speaker was out again. I tried putting another one, and I don't remember if it worked again or not. But if it was working, and then when I came home from school again the next day, it was broken again. It kept on breaking, and it shorted out. It actually completely quit working. I couldn't keep that thing working. And it made a different moaning sound than the one I have now. Yeah, I think that's probably the rarest one out of the Shaking Ghosts. That one has 3 double A's. The one I have now has 2 double A's. And then there's him. I still have him. Oops. Also, this skeleton head right here, that was a shaking skeleton head. All it did was shake. And it has bobble eyes. But I got that at a Halloween store in the Mall of America in Minneapolis. I don't remember what... I think it might have been a Spirit Halloween. Maybe not. Because, this was 2006, I believe. 5 or 6. And they had... Oh, it's 2006. I know why. Because they had the Edwardian Butler, and that's actually one of the first times I ever saw the life-size Butler, or almost a life-size. Besides the singing top hat skeleton I saw when I got my first floating ghost. And also, that's not the only thing that Halloween store had. That's the first time I ever saw the spirit balls in general. The first time I ever saw the spirit balls was actually in person, and it was the bald one and the witch. And I loved them. I kept on playing with the displays and like kept on activating them and stuff. And then I got the green feathered one, and that started my thing with the spirit balls. Yeah, I don't have that. Maybe I do still have it, maybe not, but it kind of broke. It got messed up. It quit on shaking. It would go fast if I tilted it, but then slow. And the string and hooks and stuff fell out of the head. It's just a styrofoam head basically, and so it's cheap. But there's one with, this one has a green bandana. There's one with a red, and then there's blue-faced ones with also green and red bandanas as well. And then those old ones, I don't know if you remember them or not, but the mummy and the zombie, they don't crawl anymore. I still have them, but they don't crawl. He's missing his front wheel. He has all his wheels. There was an issue with those things. They would crawl when you get them at first, but then after time, they quit crawling. Their wheels started slipping on the floor, and it wouldn't go anywhere. And the first day I got him, he worked fine, but after a couple hours of just using him, because I used him nonstop, his fingers started getting caught, and then he started going in circles, and I always had to do stuff to get them to go straight. And yeah, I don't know, there's something weird with those. I guess they weren't designed very well. The crawling nose. And those Jimmy looping bats, I had one. Mine always had a problem with it. When it was singing the song, it would go around 3 times. It's supposed to actually just make 1 loop, but mine would spin too fast to the point, and I think there was something wrong with the relay switch, because it would be like forward sometimes. But yeah, I would make 3 loops before it stopped. It was weird. But what happened is the string in the mouth broke. And then later on I tried to fix that, and then the weens got messed up, and I could never get it to work properly ever again. Like the weens, I don't know, something must have broke on it. The eyes quit lighting up after that, and it was just dead after that. So I also have the blue bird and the red bird of that. My red one's broken. And this rocking ghost, this thing is pretty rare. This was the first big thing I ever got. Like, I know it's not big compared to things that are out now, but this was the first 3-foot big thing. Big things I considered floating ghosts and stuff like this, not that singing, dancing and stuff, but this, and what happened was my dad, I guess, ordered it from a catalog, And when he woke up, he took me down here, and it was sitting right here. I remember, it was this room. Of course, this room was different back then, but that doesn't matter. It was sitting there, and I was scared of it. And he made it go and stuff, and I had to have him put it away in the storage room. But the next day after daycare, I wanted it out, and I used him a while, and I liked it. And I used all my other little Halloween stuff with it. So it didn't take long for me to get used to this kind of stuff. It would take me like a day. But it's pretty rare. And I used to have the box for this. It was actually a really cool box. There's actually a rare Reaper version. It has the same face as the brown floating skull I have, my first floating ghost. I still have it, but some of the parts are missing. I remember back when they had that 5-foot coffin skeleton at Kmart. It was only for $50. That was cheap. And then they had the vampire version at 2011 at Spirits, and it was $200. But I really wanted that. The brain monster and the guy that took off his head. Those were my most wanted life-size props, and some of the dancing ones. But they still are. I still like them. I had the Techie Toys spearheads, the skull, and the zombie. Here's that bleeding, constipated zombie head I was talking about. I have no actual videos of that on YouTube. It broke even before I started YouTube, and I barely have any videos of it on CDs in general. All of them are scratched up, but I only had it on like 2 DVDs. Does that not sound constipated? And you remember the face changers I had that year? Mummy Crawling Hand, my old mini spirit balls. Don't have much videos of those. And I'm sure I had more than that even.